Oh, we are live. Welcome to the Cavalry. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, I'm in my backyard and this bird is just
Wow.
frozen.
What's wrong with that bird?
I don't know. I
thought it
always
was
like
something
to
on my
start.
laptop.
I like to start out with visual discussions for all of our audio listeners.
Right. No, because we don't have. Look, I'm not telling any tales out of school, but we don't have a ton of podcast listeners. We have a fair amount, but whatever we have on the podcast dwarfs our YouTube following. So we probably should cater to one over the other.
All right, we'll stick to the audio. It's just
Yeah.
the visual is just a bonus for our YouTube followers.
Right. No, it's an inside joke. You know, it's like an Easter egg. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
it's an Easter egg. It's a DVD bonus, if you will.
Yeah, bringing it around. That's really an Easter egg because you have to have a full podcast library in your head to get these jokes. But thank you. I'm back. I'm back in Portland. I was in Palm Springs last 2 weeks. Broke out of the quarantine zone. Went down to Palm Springs for 2 weeks in a house, very safe. We wore the masks and everything, so it was good. But it is good to be back.
You wear the masks walking around in your house?
Yeah, I wear the mask. I only wear the mask in my own home, and then I take it off when I go to the store or whatever. But I wear it in my house just as like to take Instagram pictures with and stuff, and then I take
Sure. It's so funny. I was watching like the commercials during like late like MSNBC News when they're like targeting old people or whatever, and they have like these infomercials for masks, and they're like, they're so comfortable to wear around the house. And I'm like, what? Why? Who's wearing them around the house? But I guess you are. All right.
Oh yeah. No, I think it's so funny the quality, the divergence in quality, because you can tell some people really went out and spent some money and got like a nice black, thick but breathable mask.
Yeah.
And then other people are like literally just holding their shirts up over their nose. Like, these all count? These are all the same?
We went my wife took the car. We just have all those like disposable, like, Dr. Dennis ones. And they were all in the car she took. And I needed, I was like, oh, you took all the masks because they were in the car. And she's like, oh, whatever. Just don't go to the store and buy a Gatorade. I know that's all you want to do. And so, and I did want one. And so I just went in her closet and took like one of her handkerchiefs and just wrapped it around my face.
Yeah, that's good. Handkerchief is a respectable, for some reason that you don't look crazy if you wear like the handkerchief because, bank robbers used to do that or whatever, but
you just look like Billy the Kid.
Right. But any other article of clothing is not acceptable. You can't just tie like a pair of pants around your head.
Pair of dirty underpants, or my wife's dirty skid marked underpants. We're just full of Easter eggs today, aren't we?
Wow.
All these callbacks.
That no one's getting. Well,
if anything, that's inciting curiosity. Like, what the hell is that? What? I got to get that reference.
He's talking about these skid marks. He's a regular J.J. Abrams.
Yes.
Ringing it around.
Oh, so it's okay. So before we get started with with the
podcast,
right? I tell you this story. So I've been running lately. I told you that, and then I had an issue with my heart, and where I like fainted, and then I found out I was in atrial fibrillation, or whatever. And I found out I'm off of it. So when I went in and I saw the doctor initially, they're like, yeah, you're in AFib. You can't exercise. You got to take it easy because your heart's in, it's just an irregular heartbeat, whatever. So I wore a 24-hour monitor. I snapped out of it on my own. So everything's fine. So I'm going back to running and my wife's freaking out. And the doctor was like, oh yeah, you can run. Yeah, you can run. You're good to go. You can do whatever. So I run and my wife's like freaking out. She's like, you got to take it easy. You shouldn't run far. And so I ran like 2 miles, 3 miles, and she always gets mad when I run further than last time. And then when she was gone and she took all the masks, I ran 5 miles. And when she came back, she asked me, and I didn't want to lie. So I was like, 5 miles. And she goes, okay. And she got She got very upset. And then she goes, okay, well, I just want to tell you that I just want you to know that if if something happens to you, you have a heart thing or you have a stroke or something because of your running and you survive, but you're not able to take care of yourself, I will take care of you and you can still live here, but I might have to move you into the basement if I start dating. So, wow. Yes.
I mean, that's all pretty
we're all about honesty, and I appreciate that honesty up front. So when I'm a vegetable,
I like that she has to move you into the basement if she starts dating. Like
right.
it'd be so embarrassing to have you. She's like, oh yeah, I'm married to this vegetable. You don't want to see him though. It's gonna ruin the mood. Like she's just up front that she's married, but he's in the basement. You forget he's there half the time.
In fact, I forget he's there. That's why I have to set an alarm to go down and feed him.
Right. We just dropped some food down the laundry chute. He's fine.
Yeah. He can't go.
You shouldn't have ran. I also, man, I didn't realize you were such a committed runner, though. I would love for anyone to tell me that I couldn't run.
I know.
That's my punishment. I would easily follow those guidelines.
It's weird because I since the quarantine started, I've never been much of a health person, and I've never eaten healthy. But she always wants me to eat healthy. Anything I eat is never good enough. But I exercise, and that's bad. It's like you need to eat better, and you need to stop exercising.
Yeah. You're an interesting case because your heart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that a compliment,
Andrew?
Your case. It's like a doctor. Your chart is. I've never seen anything like this. Oh my God! Thank you,
doctor. I'm married.
No, but your heart. First of all, you said you snapped out of it on your own. Who's this doctor who's like, oh yeah, you got it. Wow, that hardly ever happens. Fixed itself.
Well,
go ahead and just resume all your previous behaviors that led you up to this point, because surely it'll never happen again.
Right. But that is what happens with AFib, apparently.
It's like getting hit by lightning. It's like there's the odds of getting hit by AFib.
It'll probably happen again, I'm guessing. I don't know, because I have it in my family history, but whatever.
So what is it when you get it? It's just like that whole time your heart is beating irregularly, and then it just eventually it goes back, and then you can go. I don't really quite understand. So what I said. I nailed it. I'm like a doctor.
Yeah. Are you a doctor?
Well, maybe I should be a doctor now that they need.
Now that COVID's here,
right? They're gonna start lowering the standards for doctors as this pandemic.
Have you ever said anything impressive on a podcast? Right. We need you.
Have you ever seen House? Then you too could be a doctor. Well, wow, we haven't even started. Like you said,
oh my gosh.
We're gonna start the podcast now,
and we have a review we need to address.
You're way ahead of me. I was actually, you know what? I want to read it because last time I think I butchered it a little bit, maybe, but I do want to read it as it was written, so we give the full proper attention and context. Yes. So I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go. So this titled "Nice Work."
Oh,
yeah. You're the guy who's just interprets everything as way too big of a compliment. Hey, thanks for coming. Oh my God, of course.
I send a thank you card. Thank you for thanking me. That really touched me.
Man, what a great day we're having here today, huh? What a beautiful weather. Oh my God, you're welcome. Okay. Nice work. 5 stars, by the way. That is the other component. You have to leave 5 stars.
Yeah, all the people that need backup that only left 4 stars, we're not reading those.
No, you're dead to us. Loving the show. Definitely a day brightener. I do need backup. I got engaged last August, but I don't always wear my ring. Uh-oh. I take it off to shower, sleep, do chores, go hiking, etc. I don't wear it lounging around the house either. I found it lots of people, mostly all women, take offense to this. My friends, family, and even boss have all shamed me for it. I mean, I wear it out and about, but not just for activities where I could lose it or sleeping. Still, women shriek when they hear it. Tell me I'm not crazy. P.S. Andy, it's funny how much you snort whole laughing. Sarah, that's the plot twist. Sarah. See, a lot of people in your head, you thought I was a brutish man, but no. Sarah
was
is the
a
one.
brutish man being scolded by all of his girlfriends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Well, you really undercut me there. But no, so what do you think, Johnny? I don't even know where to start with this.
This is interesting coming from it, like, because I do think it's a whole different game with women and men, because I don't think I've taken this off since my honeymoon. I mean, I never ever take it off, and my wife takes hers off. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine for both to just wear them all the time, right?
Okay, yeah,
harm?
that's interesting. Wait, your wife takes hers off, like in certain situations, or just?
She takes it. Well, she teaches. She's a teacher, and it's it's, I don't know. She doesn't want to be.
She doesn't want to come
bling
off.
in front.
Yeah,
Right.
she doesn't want to come off as married.
No,
at the
just
school.
come off as like, oh my gosh, look at this bling bling on the teacher. She must.
Oh, right, because then the kids will be like, parent teacher conferences, and they'll be like, let's not vote for that levy to raise money for public schools. These teachers are getting paid too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I actually brought this up to my wife, and I thought my wife would say, because to me it's all about intention, it's like, well, if you honestly believe that you're not doing it because you're trying to hide that you're married and it's just for comfort, or then it's whatever, it's a physical thing, what's the big deal? But my wife took the other way. She is not, she's one of the shriekers. She believes,
Oh, really?
yeah, you should wear it. There's just, especially the list. It's funny though, Sarah, because she says, I take it off to shower, sleep, do chores, go hiking. Like, what do you wear?
Sounds like, yeah,
There's
that's what I thought when I read.
Yeah, and she added etc. So there's more things. And she also doesn't wear it lounging around the house. Okay, so then now it just sounds like you don't want to wear it.
I only wear it when I'm fixing the garbage disposal.
But we're supposed to be providing backup. So let me try and...
That's right. Sarah, if you're out there, and I assume you are.
Unless you've turned this off. Because, yeah. No, but I would say again, my original point, Sarah is the only one who knows for sure her intentions behind taking off the ring. And if they're honest, and you're also the only person's opinion who really matters is your fiance, and if they are fine with it, then you got nothing to worry about. So I wouldn't worry about all your friends.
Yeah, go tell your friends to go suck an egg.
Yeah, go tell them that, and then continue to rob the bank in the 1920s.
Yeah, tell them Johnny sent you.
Yeah, Johnny says. And then wear your handkerchief over your face. Yep. Okay. Yep. That was like a half-assed callback. All right. So that only went back 10 minutes instead of 4 weeks 3 ago.
Episodes. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Johnny, what do you need? What do you?
All right. This is a big one. I really need backup on this. I think that baseball is the most boring sport I've ever heard. See, now we know each other, but we don't know each other. I don't know how you feel about baseball.
Right.
I can't. I thought about this because I've been playing with my kids, and we had
even playing it.
Oh God, it's so stupid. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Okay. I mean, watching is just. Is there a sport that is more boring to watch than baseball? And you could say golf. I don't. That's like not even. That's not even a. I don't know what those people are doing. That's not. I don't even count that.
Right.
That's a solid argument if I agreed that. That's like saying watching someone draw is a sport. No. Baseball,
Watching
as far as spectator sports,
baseball, you've got to. I actually think golf is more exciting than baseball.
Okay.
Because golf, they can cut from like person to person, and they can immediately, there's always someone at least in action swinging the club. Baseball, there's just so much downtime between each play. Like the pitcher's walking around the mound, and they have a meeting, then the umpires have to watch the replay or whatever. So I thought you were going to say to watch, but even to play, you find it boring even to play. That's a new take.
I mean,
you're bored. You're actively bored playing. Is it because like no one's playing with you, or your kids cut you out?
Well, I am playing with a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, and
You're out in right field, and they're like playing in the infield. Like, no, Dad, you stay out there. We got it. You're like, man, this sport sucks.
I think they're just playing catch. Actually, what the heck? No, just all aspects of it. And I have a lot of friends that's like their favorite thing. It's like, oh, me and my dad, we love each other because of baseball. Okay, whatever. Like, it's just stupid.
We love each other because of baseball. Well, it's funny because like my brothers played baseball for a long time. Like my little brother played all through high school, was very good. My older brother played into college. So my parents were constantly, I have a lot of memories of being bored watching their games. And I like
how I was like getting nervous, like, oh no, I've offended the family sport. And you're like, no, I support you. I was bored watching my family.
Well, and I was also like a little insulted because I was a decent athlete, but not at baseball, because when I was like 5, my parents pulled me out of baseball. They were like, he's too bad.
When you were 5?
Yeah, well, no, like no. Little old, like 8 or 9 or something. 8 or 9. Because it was like right when it went from T-ball to coach pitch. When the coach literally is throwing it to you in an effort for you to be able to hit the ball. Like I remember,
like it's your coach.
My coach. Yeah, not like the opposing team's coach. Like he's throwing it as hittable as possible. He's not like mixing in a off-speed stuff. One time I struck out, because you can actually strike out in coach pitch. It is possible. I struck out. My dad I was crying. I was a very sensitive kid. My dad came over, and I think it was my dad or my mom, but they were like, I was a big Mariners fan. He's like, even Ken Griffey Jr. strikes out sometimes. But even as a kid, I had the wherewithal. I was like, yeah, but not during batting practice. I was like, and so they're like, all right, this is hurting his self-esteem too much. So I got pulled out of baseball and sent to drama camp or something. But so I know I'm with you. Baseball is very boring to watch. It can be very boring to play if like no one's in certain situations. I've had fun playing baseball like as an adult, like softball. Were you ever in like a softball league or anything?
No, that sounds incredibly boring. I know what they're doing. That's baseball with a big ball.
But you're a big basketball guy, right?
Can you think of a more exciting sport than basketball? I mean, even football has so much downtime. Basketball is the greatest sport to play. It's the greatest sport to watch. There's always something happen. Something amazing could happen at any second. Baseball, it's like, well, we might get a home run or so. That's as exciting as it gets. Boring.
Yeah, and then like the way people talk about baseball, it's like it's the way people talk about books. It's always like these really smart, like the smartest writers, or like of the sports writers, like the most like intellectual ones are always like baseball writers. They use these big words, and it's all this like romantic talk of the past, So it's like, that's how you know it's boring.
Me and my grandpappy used to share a box of Cracker Jacks while we...
Yeah. Oh, the crack of the bat. A stiff breeze and the smell of fresh cut grass and dirt and the spikes kicking up dirt as they run. It's like, oh my God, when does a guy how about a dunk? You know what I mean? How about a 360 windmill?
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm with you. Baseball is boring. And I'm a Seattle Mariners fan. They haven't made the play. I do try to watch baseball sometimes, and
that doesn't sound like backing me up at all, but go on.
No. I'm telling you, it's boring. I try to watch it, even though I'm admitting
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's like it's the way I try to watch baseball the way you like others people who are trying harder at life, like try to go to museums or try to read
Oh,
like a
or like how I'm
classic.
trying to read.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like it's like, oh, you know what? I should do this. You know.
By the way, guess what I started yesterday?
Oh, okay. Another visual cue.
I'm holding up the Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. I'm on page 30, and
Oh, wow.
I've had it for 6 months. I got it for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Well, it's not like you've had any downtime lately.
Right.
No. Okay, so I'm with you. Baseball's boring for
All
sure.
right, good. So, all right, we're on the same page. Baseball's boring. If you like it, stupid. Okay, what do you need help with?
As I mentioned on the last episode, my wife is pregnant, and we're very excited about it. I want to say that.
That wasn't even a compliment.
It's not a compliment.
Thank you,
for you,
Andrew.
Johnny. It wasn't. I'm not giving you credit for my wife being pregnant, unless the baby comes out really tall and loves hot dogs, then I'll get suspicious.
And has a red beard.
Yeah, but we're very excited. We were a little surprised, but very excited. But we also understand that there's a lot going on in the world. It's a tough time to be alive. It's like hard to, I'm sure, to explain to your kids what's going on. So there'd be a lot of reasons to be like apprehensive about having kids. So what we don't, me and my wife both need backup on this, but what we don't like is when we tell people that we're pregnant or that she's pregnant, and then they say, oh, you must be so excited. Like they tell us how excited we have to be. We want to reserve the right to not, we are excited, but I want to be able to be like, hey, do you know what's going on? Do you watch the news? Are you aware of the world? Like, why do I have to be excited? You know what I mean? I want the room. Don't just assume everyone who's having a baby is so excited. Wait for them to tell you that they're excited.
It goes back to what I totally agree. I've been there. I totally agree. I mean, it wasn't during a national pandemic, but like, right. It goes back to what I said last time. It's them trying to take the focus and be like, I'm the expert. I'm telling you.
Right. And they loved it so much.
Oh my God. Yes, we are. Much. How did you know? We are excited. Pam knew we were excited.
Right. Yeah, because it's like we are excited. Like, again, we are very excited. We had to like kind of recalibrate our thinking, because it was a surprise for us, but we're super excited. And it's something we wanted all along. It's just that the exact timing is a little strange because of the pandemic and all this other stuff going on in the world. So we were, so I just think it's like you should be allowed to still have a kid and be open to the idea that it might. But we are excited. So I'm not trying to say we're not excited. I don't know.
Right, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're forcing it down your throat without giving you a choice, even though it's obvious.
give me a little room. Like if I tell you, like, how bad would the world have to get for me to tell you that we're having a baby, my wife and I are having a baby, and you to be like, oh, really, right now?
Why? Okay, so I have kids, and you will have kids. So basically what I need support is, I told my kids, they used to love Michael Jackson. And because we would only listen to, in the car, we'd only listen to Prince, Michael Jackson, or Counting Crows or whatever. And so they always wanted to listen to Michael Jackson. And then I watched Finding Neverland, and his whole thing became a big deal again.
That
after
whole
he
thing.
died.
That whole deal.
That whole thing. I don't know if our listeners heard about it.
What an ordeal. What a thing that was.
It was such a thing. Anyway, so we decided, all right, you know what? We're not gonna, we'll just not have them listen to Michael Jackson. And I guess what I need support is, did we make the right call or not? Because we just stopped playing it, but they like it. They knew the songs, and they'd be like, hey, can we listen to Michael Jackson? And so I'd be like, no, we're not going to listen to Michael Jackson anymore. And they would always say, well, why? Why? And so eventually I made the mistake. I'm just trying to shut them up. I was trying to shut them up and just, give them something so they'd be like, oh, okay, we'll stop asking. So I said, well, he did something bad, and so we're not going to listen to his music anymore. And then and now they're like, what did he do? What did he do? And I'm like, well, I can't. It's when you're older, I'll tell you when you're older. And my 7-year-old, she thinks, she's like, Dad, I'm 7 now, so you can tell me what he did. What did Michael Jackson do that was bad? And they do not drop, like, kids do not forget stuff. Maybe it's just my kids, I don't know, but they have steel trap memories, so they always want to know. So it's just constantly, please stop asking me what Michael Jackson did and why we're not listening to his music.
I think you got to make up something that he did that's bad enough to not listen to him, but is palatable enough to a 7-year-old to not scar them for life, right? So you got to say Michael Jackson
robbed a bank.
Yeah,
he swore. He swore. They've heard me swear
at his mom. No, he wouldn't finish his dinner. He did not. He backtalked. Seven. They're like, oh my God, really? No, I don't know. You cannot tell them what he did.
Right.
You can't do that.
No, I mean that's not an option on the table. That's clearly. But like if I did say, oh well, he stole or he robbed a bank, well, at some point in their lives they will find out.
But do you tell them about? I mean, they believe in Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
This is just another version of like the Santa Claus story. You tell them Santa brings their presents, and you tell them Michael Jackson robbed banks. And that's why you can't listen to them. And then they get to a certain age and you go, yeah, Santa Claus didn't really bring your presents. That was me and your mom. And Michael Jackson was accused of raping children. So those are just lessons they learned at a certain point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But like at what point are they just going to find out? Because they're going to find out from their friends or Google. I mean, you're not going to keep it quiet forever.
Right. I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll just go away,
I'll tell you one thing. I'm with you. Maybe you could have just never brought it up, or you could have like just kept listening to Michael Jackson and pretended.
That's what we should have done. World. We should have just been like, oh, I can't find it. I think it's on another phone, or we don't have the CD, and then just kind of kept doing that over and over.
But if you heard of Willie Nelson?
But well, now we just put on Prince, like, they're kind of the same, they're both, dead.
One giant difference. Well, I would I'll tell you one thing though. I remember after that Finding Neverland thing came out, and people kind of already, they knew the court case and everything, but maybe that documentary reinforced the allegations. But then I remember being the very night I was at, and I was like, are people just going to not play Michael Jackson anymore? I mean, it's like, because it's so ubiquitous in our culture. It's everywhere. It's like on commercials and it's on every radio station. Like you said, at people's weddings and stuff, people remember that,
Yeah.
And I was at Buffalo Wild Wings and I walked in, the first song that was playing was Michael Jackson. I was like, well, Buffalo Wild Wings, who does not need to be playing any music, really, but they're like, no, we're not going to let this stop us. So that's when I knew Michael Jackson was not going to be canceled. But maybe it's time you guys just teach your kids about separating the art from the artist, You
think it's time we have that talk with them?
You're like, look, Bill Cosby was hilarious. There's no denying it. But also
he robbed banks. He used to rob banks.
Right. That's the new
Michael
euphemism.
Jackson and Bill Cosby used to rob banks.
They robbed a banks. And Michael Jackson's problem was he robbed new banks. He robbed small new banks. Bill Cosby was more of the bigger banks. It's even worse when you rob the little guy.
Right.
The mom and pop banks. That's worse.
Yeah. Are there?
Okay.
I mean, are there people that have been like have had things like that happen? I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything worse than what Michael Jackson did, but like, I guess he was just so big and just so ingrained in culture. But like R. Kelly, he's not
canceled, right? Is R. Kelly canceled? He's kind of canceled.
More people
so than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's easier to be like, yeah, we're not doing R. Kelly anymore.
Well, it is dependent on the greatness of your art, I think. Like if Michael Jackson were just a little less great.
Yeah, if he was not the most successful entertainer
right.
on the planet to ever live.
Even if he was like the second best.
Right.
He would probably be canceled. But there is I don't know if that's good or bad. Well, it's probably bad, but inspiring to maybe some of be like, look, if you are the absolute best to ever have done it ever, you can pretty much get away with anything.
Yeah, you get a pass on the kid rape.
Right. Yeah. On the robbing banks. Please, Johnny. Your kids might listen.
Right. Oh, you're right. All right. So all right. So you support me.
Well, I support you. Wait, I forgot what you're even trying to do.
I don't know. I guess
I support you in not telling your kids the truth, right. For sure. I support you on not playing Michael Jackson as much, scaling it back a little bit just to avoid.
Or maybe we could keep playing it, but we can like say it's someone else.
That's what you should. Oh, that is the best idea I've heard yet.
Yeah.
Just say it's all Keith Sweat. Man, Keith Sweat, he's got a huge catalog. Oh, that's genius. You could that's like Orwellian, you could just because your kids aren't going to, like you said, if you can keep information from them at least for a little while.
Yeah.
You can make them believe in Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Man, okay. You have my 100% support.
Thank you.
On tricking your kids into thinking someone else is singing all the Michael Jackson songs.
This is a two-man effort because I would have never thought to use Keith Sweat as the substitution.
Well, you don't have to use Keith Sweat, and you don't even have to use one person. You can be like, oh, Man in the Mirror was, another musician. This is how
it was Travis. Was Travis Tritt?
Yeah, Travis Tritt. Yeah. That's right. And Thriller is, Boys to Men. You know what I mean? You can do it.
Yeah.
You have my back. And I like this. I actively like this idea. And I'm going to do it. You know what? Here's how much I'm backing you up. I'll do it for my child.
All right.
Unborn child. I will never teach them about Michael Jackson. I'll just play Michael Jackson and just attribute each song to a different artist.
Someone that you think deserves a boost.
But you're gonna have to go into I'll do. That's right. Just
you're gonna have to do
my comedian friends who need the Pandora bump.
Right. You're gonna have to do some tinkering with your iTunes library, but.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna have to trick Alexa or something into you can probably do that. I don't have an Alexa, but I'm assuming you can change some name to mean Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? You could probably when I say play Keith Sweat, just have Alexa play Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's possible.
All right.
I
don't have Alexa, so all right, good.
Oh, you don't have Alexa either? I thought I was the only one. All right. No Alexa.
No. It's interesting you have no Alexa since you're so pro government listening in on us.
I know. That's not why I don't have an Alexa. Is because I'm worried about the listening. Again, a callback. You really have to
This
listen
is
to
an
every
this is an episode.
folks.
Yeah, this is an
This is
episode
like
for the diehards.
This is the greatest hits episode. This is I think it's our 10th. So, it's time to just do the greatest hits. No, but yeah, I'm with you. And, okay, we got to start moving. Look, here's my last one. You
All right.
ready?
I support
Ready
you.
to back me up? I know you're
I
going to
already
support me. This is an easy one. This is
Okay.
so easy. This is a layup. Okay.
Ooh.
This is a bunt, to put it in boring baseball terms. Is that what they say? What's the easy?
That would be terrible.
If
this was a bunt, that'd be.
This is a home run. I don't know.
It's a home run.
Home runs are hard, though. Anyway.
Yeah, but they're good.
They're
good.
Things. But this is supposed to be a yeah. All right, whatever. Point is, you guys go to Whole Foods? Are you Whole Foods?
No, my wife does,
family?
but I refuse.
Your wife does, but
Yeah.
you refuse. Okay.
I mean, I've been in one maybe 4 times. It's just pretentious. I don't like it. But I'm not going to step on your.
No. You're trust me. You're already there. I know. I feel the backup already. But are you guys Amazon Prime members?
Big time. That's where 80% of our income goes.
Gotcha. So at Whole Foods was bought by Amazon a while back. I don't know. And every grocery store has like a rewards program. Like you go to Ralph's or what's the Kroger? Do they call it Kroger in the Midwest or
Pick and Save. It's the same company.
It's all Kroger, right? So you put in your little reward. You buy all your groceries and then you put in your phone number or whatever, and then they're like, you have like a $250 tab. All of a sudden, it's $197. You're like, holy shit! Thank God, I'm a rewards member. Look at those savings, and you feel great about your life, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, Amazon Prime now is that version of If you have an Amazon Prime membership, that's how you get the Whole Foods discount. Okay, so when you go in at the end of your order, they have this little QR code on your phone, and you have to. First of all, it's a pain in the ass because you got to go to the Amazon link.
Sounds like it.
Then you got to pull up the QR code. Then you got to scan it. There's no phone number option. So
you can't enter your email login for Amazon?
No.
Okay. Annoying.
So that's one, frustrating. 2, you have to, it's Amazon Prime's expensive. So it's not like you join the Kroger the Pick and Save rewards team. That's free. It's free for anybody. Every grocery store. But the Amazon Prime member, you have to pay for that, right? It's like $100 a year or whatever. So you would think that the rewards at Whole Foods for being an Amazon Prime member are tremendous. Wouldn't you guess that? You would think that.
You would think, that you would get a huge markdown in your final bill.
So and Whole Foods is very expensive. So and here's what really happens. So you go to Whole Foods. Yeah, I have like $400 worth of stuff, maybe. Usually not that much. Let's say $300 worth of stuff.
Okay.
And I'm fumbling for my phone because it's all the social distancing and all that stuff. It's hard enough as it is. But then I'm fumbling to get out my QR code. I finally get out my QR code. It's like $300. I scan. It takes forever to scan. It's not scanning right away, but it scans. I got it. And then it'll always be like, from $300, it'll be like $298.50. I swear to God, it is so incredible. There's no less satisfying feeling in the world than putting in your Whole Foods Amazon Prime discount and seeing just how little you save.
It's almost not even worth fumbling your phone.
The time I would pay anything I've saved, I would pay back to save the time and effort it took me to pull up that stupid QR code on my phone.
That's really dumb. Yes. That's stupid.
There's no point. And it's like the most expensive program. That's my point. It's like you pay into it more, but you get so little back for being
It's almost
a member.
like, they'd be better off if they hadn't done that, because it's almost like it's a slap in the face. Like, oh, hey, you want some savings? Here's hardly any.
Right. And then I had people tell me like, oh, it's you have to look for the deal. You have to look for the ones that are on the sale, the Amazon Prime discount. It's like, you don't think I'm looking for that?
Yeah.
I'm at Whole Foods. You don't think I'm looking for the cheapest thing?
Yeah, you don't have to do that at Kroger. I'm not like, well, okay, now hold on, which Oreos? Right. It's just like, oh, $15 less.
Yeah, I'm buying the cheap, the 365 brand, the shit Whole Foods. I'm negating all the benefits of Whole Foods by buying the worst brand option at Whole Foods when I'm there. So I might as well just be going to the regular grocery store anyway. But the point is, if you're going to have a rewards program, it has to pay off.
Yeah.
At some point, especially when you pay into it. That's all I'm saying.
Let's burn down Whole Foods.
Yeah. It's about a lot of issues in this country are being ignored. And I am bringing to light the seriousness.
The important ones.
The important ones.
They have a similar thing at the Picket Save. They had one where they do the regular thing where you get your automatic, you put in your phone number. But now, I don't even know if it failed and they stopped doing it, but they have like digital coupons. And you have to log in on your phone to the Pick and Save app, and they scan a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And like she's like, oh, do you have the virtual coupon? I was like, oh, I don't know. How's that work? She explained it, and I was like, oh, just I don't care. I'll pay it. And it's like, $2
Right.
off. And I'm like, I'm in the club. I'm not logging in an extra layer.
Well, I remember
fine.
when they first started having like rewards clubs, and I would never have it. I never signed up for it. I still use my parents' phone number for every rewards club because they join every single one. So I just put their phone number in, and it always works. And I remember when it started, if you didn't have it, though, and before I knew my parents were signed up, I would say, oh, I don't have that. And they're like, okay, we'll just do it.
Yeah, here's the guest card.
Yeah, here's the guest. It's like, why can't that just be the price?
Yeah.
Why do we have to? I get you want all our information. I understand that. You can have it. Like I said, I'm not precious with my information. If you want my information, you can have it, but just have it once. Don't make me pull out the thing every time, And Whole Foods is too. There's no like little thing for your keychain. There's none of that. No, it has to be on your phone, right?
Right. They have to be high tech.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I'm on the road. Is like, if I go to Piggly Wiggly or some store I never have joined, I just like, oh, I don't can I sign up? And they give you one, you scan it, and then they're like, just bring it back filled out. Yeah, okay. And I throw it in the garbage can.
Right in front of their face.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Ripping it up.
And then you ask them to throw it away. Hey, can you put this in that garbage can by your knee? Sir.
What's going on with the grocery store names in the Midwest are fantastic, by the way. Piggly Wiggly, Pick and Save, and then what's the one the Menards? The Menards is more of a
but that's like that's like a Home Depot.
Yeah,
but still, it's a great name.
It's like a whole other world out there.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh no, that's a national. Yeah, that's everywhere. That's where they sell all the AR-15s.
Oh really? I thought they.
I think they sell guns there. I don't know. Yeah, and basketballs. They sell a lot of guns and basketballs. So if you get very frustrated in your pickup game,
you can blow up your ball.
Yeah, or your teammates.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
I think this was successful. This is successful.
4 for 4.
5 for 5. We supported Sarah.
Yeah, we came around on Sarah. Yeah. But we really gave each other some layups this week. We've got to come with some harder situations for next week, I think.
Was that the goal, to stump the other person, to have them not support us?
Is there a goal?
We're changing the format.
We're figuring that. Is there a point to any of this? What are we even doing? I'm talking into my computer. Why? For who? Okay. We won't get so existential next time. But anyway, thank you everyone for listening. Remember, subscribe, review, watch it on YouTube.
If you're if you're a top fan, make sure to pick up your badge on the Facebook page. I was just notified that nobody has yet accepted their top fan badges on our Facebook page.
There's only a certain number available. We're complaining about signing up for grocery store rewards programs, but we're mad no one's been our top fan badge virtually. All right.
Which, if they asked me, how do I do that? I'd be like, I don't know. Google it. I can't help you.
Please. Just rip it up in front of the. Please leave me alone. So yeah, but do all that stuff. Watch it on YouTube to pick up on these sick visual gags.
Yeah. Like the bird that's still right there.
Yeah, the frozen bird.
All right.
Time. Okay, buddy.
All right, fans. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following. Andrew, it's been a pleasure.
That's our special name for our listeners. Hey, fans.
All right, all you fans and fanettes.
Thanks for listening to Generic Podcast, episode 10.